Welcome to the Don't Call Me Midlife podcast. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to talk to you today.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what you have to say. I'm excited to hear about this new 24-hour, 36-hour girl trip concept.
I love it. It's like the new midlife concept of busy moms, busy women, making time for themselves and their friends to fill their cup. So I can't wait to dive into that.
Yes.
But speaking of cups.
Oh, speaking of cups.
Jinx. What is in your cup today?
Actually, I'm trying something new, and it is so delicious. I'm not, you know me, I'm just like a little hesitant about different drinks. So I'm going to show you, like, you can't see it on a podcast. It's called Cali water. It's cactus water with wild prickly pear. Oh. And it says super hydration and rare antioxidant skin benefits. So it's 25 calories for 12 ounces and 4 sugars, 3 added sugars.
Is it, so, it's not fizzy though, right?
No.
Okay.
I can't do fizzy.
Yes.
But it's, it's got like blue agave, which I think is the sweetener, and a little monk fruit. So that's usually what gets me.
What?
Is like the aftertaste of certain sugars, like Splenda. Typically, I don't like monk fruit, but I think the agave is like masking it. So it's good.
Is it?
And I'm proud of myself for trying it.
Is it caffeinated?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, it's so refreshing.
Okay, that looks good. I'll have to get one of those. I have not seen that.
It'd be like the perfect pool drink.
Oh. I think there's so many fun drinks. I was looking, my friend was just telling me Spindrift, I don't know if you drink Spindrift or not, came out with this flavor called Fruit Punch that is supposed to be like the best flavor ever.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
That's carbonated though, right?
Oh yeah, that's all carbonated. Yeah, it is.
But that's probably a good option for my kids. My kids love Topo Chico. I'm like, what do you like about it?
I love Topo Chico. Well, I don't like sparkling. There's also, did you see that White Claw is making a like regular seltzer too?
No.
Like a non-alcoholic seltzer? No. I don't know. All this stuff, it's like so many different drinks out there. It's very confusing. And what if you have the alcoholic seltzers next to the non-alcoholic? I don't know.
Maybe just put them in different coolers if you're having a party.
Because they look the same. Well, because I just came off of this girls' trip, right? I am drinking lots of coffee today. I just have straight up coffee.
I'm sure.
So I'm drinking lots of coffee today. I didn't get in till 1:30 in the morning. You know, my husband was like, why did you make your flight so late? And I was like, I was maximizing the amount of time with my girls. So
that is always the question I get.
What?
You know, when I go to book something, he's like, you're not going to book the latest flight, are you? It's like, I know you're excited to see me, but I want to maximize my time. Like, I don't know. Like,
I think
let me just travel at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I didn't get home till 1:30 in the morning, but it's okay. I will muster through today and I will just go to bed early. It was worth it.
We'll just suffer today.
We'll suffer today. Okay. So this is, I think, a really, really good concept. I would seriously make a travel company about this with you. It is the 24-hour getaway, right?
Is it truly 24 hours or is it more like 36, 48?
I did 2 24-hour getaways. I just came back from 2 24-hour getaways. So I have 2 best friends from college that live in Chicago. And we were trying to get my friend from St. Louis to go on a trip. And there were so many texts back and forth. She has 3 kids. We all each have 3 kids, right? Between the 3 of us. So she said, you know, what's easier for me to do is get away during the week, right? Our kids are older. She actually had her kids stay alone one night because they're in high school. They can drive. I can't do that. I wish. And so it happened that she came in. We both came in on Monday morning and she left on Tuesday night. But then I talked to my other friend who lives there. And our other friend, this is confusing, our other friend from Nashville came in. So I had 2 24-hour getaways. Does that make sense? So one was Monday to Tuesday. The other one with different people was Tuesday to Wednesday.
But you were in Chicago the whole time.
I was in Chicago for 48 hours, yes.
Okay.
But I think this concept, so we had talked about this concept of the 24-hour because you get your fill, right? And it's, you don't put pressure on yourself to have to do all these things. We didn't do a ton of stuff in Chicago, right? I mean, we mostly ate and drank But you get to have those really good conversations. But we were talking about this concept, right? I was Googling the best the best airport hotels, right? And we all meet at an airport hotel, and you're only allowed to bring a carry-on, and you bring a pair of jammies, and you go and you wear the clothes, you change into your jammies, and then you wear the same clothes home, right? So it's just, you're literally like,
just pack extra underwear.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything.
I love that.
Right.
And sometimes there's really good restaurants. Like the Detroit airport has amazing restaurants. Like, yeah. And then you can just go and you don't even have to leave the airport.
That's what we wouldn't do. We wouldn't. And I think I love the concept because we're all so busy, right? We're dealing with so many different things and our kids and so many needs, but just prioritizing 24 hours with, and it fills you up. You talk about kids, you talk about yourself, we talk about funny things with our husbands. It's like, it's just that good reconnection where you're just making that time. And if 24 hours is all you've got, girls, like, take the trip. Right. And I think this hit me when my friend Kelly visited me for my cookbook launch, back in the fall, and she's from Chicago. She's one of the ones I saw. And she only came for 24 hours, like literally flew in, came to the party next day. And this is how this all evolved, because we were talking about it. We're like, that just like filled my bucket up to see someone. Right. And then this is how it all evolved. 24-hour Girls Getaway.
I mean, it's so smart because you don't have to like plan elaborate things. Like sometimes if you go away for a long weekend, you're like, okay, well, what are we going to do? Let's find some things to do. But honestly, what you just really want to do is be with your friend and just be in the same room with them and look at their face and like hug them and just laugh. And there's just nothing better than that. And like getting your cup filled that way. And I think that is literally genius. And I think we should trademark this idea. Us. Even though it was like Kelly's idea.
Well, it's built on a lot of different things. And I think you're right. It's like taking, a lot of times when we take these girls trips, it's like very extravagant now. You have to have matching this, do this, and this activity. Where really it's just simplifying it of, like you're saying, being with the people. I mean, yesterday what we did was we woke up, we ordered room service, like breakfast, which is a treat in itself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we never do that. I would never do it with my kids because it would be $1 million. And then we went to a museum gift shop, the Museum of Modern Art. So we felt like we were a little cultured. We didn't even go to the museum, Nicole. We just went to the gift shop. And I bought some cards. And so we could tell our husbands we went to a museum. And then we went and had lunch. Like, that's what we did. But, we sat in the room.
But that's the majority of girl trips. Right. Eating.
Yes.
Yeah.
We sat
eating and talking.
We sat in the room. We talked actually about a trip that we're going to plan with our families. And, everyone got sort of organized and could just chill. And I think that chill factor is something that we don't do, even on the weekends. Like, do you stay in your jammies? Like, do you ever have that time just to chill?
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Or I'm in my jammies cleaning, but I'm not chilling. There's always something to do, right? Right. So I love it.
I think I love this concept, and all of us love, cocktails and food and sort of all this type of stuff. There is some stuff in Chicago though that I do want to go back and do. What I did the first day though, we did this really fun thing called ancient baths or Roman baths. Have you ever gone to a place like that?
No, but I've heard of them. I mean, they have them in Detroit. I think there's another name for them besides bathhouse, because that was like,
right. Like that sounds weird, but it was a bathhouse. It was actually really, really relaxing. It had all these hot tubs type of things and a cold plunge, which I'd never done a cold plunge before. And that was very invigorating.
Yeah. Did you get in the hot tub after?
Yes. And I didn't think I could do the cold plunge. And my friend was literally like holding my hand doing it because I was like breathing. Because the first time she did it, she like yelled, and you're supposed to be really quiet in there. So I was like, I don't know if I can do it. And I did. And I think, we have a hot tub here at our house. And I was like, wow, it could be fun to get a cold plunge and all the benefits of the cold plunge in the hot and doing that. So
Yeah.
that was a fun experience. But then we went and ate and drank. So
Right. It's a balance. Like a little self-care, and
that was our culture. So do you have friends that you think would be like into this type of thing? Like just a 24 hours?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And like me being in Colorado, and then I have two good friends on the East Coast.
Yeah.
There's like groups that you travel with, right?
Right.
So I think that meeting maybe somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And just having like a quick little like airport reunion would be a lot of fun, because to fly from Boston or New York, it's almost 4 hours,
Right.
I believe, right?
Right. Oh, for someone to come out. Yeah. For you. Yeah.
Yeah. And like my one friend, her daughter's in college, and my other friend, she's got one in college, one senior, and then a kid old enough so she can actually like leave them.
Right.
Whereas it's harder for me.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky because they come to me a lot. But
yeah, but Nicole.
Yeah, but I think meeting for 24 hours it's genius.
You could meet in Detroit. I did read that the Detroit airport is, like you're saying, really good. That was one of the places. A lot of places in California have good airports. Mm-hmm. But even think about the plane ride that I took yesterday. Like, mm-hmm. This is going to sound really silly, but even that plane ride was like a vacation in itself. Right? Mm-hmm. Like,
I can't remember. I'm trying to think the last time I flew by myself. I do feel like it's different, like when you fly by yourself versus your family. It was nice. I sat in the airport. I had a coffee. I read my book. And then on the plane, I can sleep anywhere. So I like nap on the plane, or if I can't, then I'll watch a movie I've been wanting to. But yeah, it's all an experience. I mean, granted, I don't love traveling.
Wait, why?
I don't know. It's
like
just
flying? You're like, are you scared of flying?
No. I'm not scared of flying. It's just like the length of time it takes, and then the delays, and then like sitting next to strangers, and airport smells and airplane smells. Airplane smells always get me, especially when they first turn it on and all that air rushes in. You can just smell like other people's hair. Like that's my.
I think you're very sensitive to smells, though, aren't you? Really?
I am in general, and I'm sensitive to smells. I mean, I can deal with a lot of other things, but smells get me.
So would you prefer to go on a trip and drive then, or take a flight? Like, there are people that would rather just drive, right?
I guess it depends on how far I had to drive.
Okay.
Like, if it's more than 5 hours, no, thank you.
Okay, that's a long time to drive.
Yeah,
in one day.
It is. But no, I really don't. Like, I don't mind flying, but I guess it's maybe just more exhausting with the family. By myself, I'm good.
If you did it by yourself, it'd be no stress. And you know what I did for the first time in my life is I did a carry-on.
Oh my gosh, I saw that in your stories. It was hard for you, right?
It was hard, but I learned a lot. So I'm a person that's like, we've talked about jammies before. My friends all joke. Mm-hmm. Like, I've gone on trips and for a week long with my friends for my 40th, and I had to send my jammies to the dry cleaning at the hotel because I don't wear jammies more than once. Like, so I did wear my jammies repeat. I only brought one pair of jammies. But I rolled my clothes for the first time, and I'd never done that before. And that is like a really good thing to do because it's a space saver. Do you do that?
Space saver. Yeah. I do. Okay. Yeah. I lost my luggage. Gosh, it was in 2020. I mean, I've done carry-ons, but in 2021, they lost our luggage, and it was after, we lost some sentimental things. We went for a funeral when my mother-in-law passed, and there was some sentimental things in there that we lost.
You never got it back.
We never got it back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think, I don't know what happened. I think actually somebody may have took it, but, wow. So anyway, ever since then I've been like, if I can do a carry-on, I'm going to do a carry-on. But I notice myself, like I overpack all the time, and I just tell myself, you know what? Like, if I really need something, I can buy it.
Yes. That's what I said to myself.
But I always wear the same pants, like, and if I need them washed, there's usually like someplace to wash them within the hotel, the dry cleaning. So usually I'll just pack one pair of pants, and then some tops.
Do you do
but usually what gets me is I don't do packing cubes. I did learn from somebody online that like she puts like half of the outfit in the suitcase and half of it out, and then she like folds them in a certain way.
What do you mean? Like the sweater's like out of the suitcase?
Half of it is out. Yeah. Like the neck is inside, and then like a pair of pants is like to the left, and then like a dress is to the right. And like she just like tucks them in, and the way it like lays flat, it just works.
Oh, like how to keep your clothes not wrinkled, maybe like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but the way it lays, it's it doesn't get bulky. I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna have to try to find her.
Maybe we need to research this, because I was sort of also thinking, how does it's the same clothes, but how does rolling it save space? Like I think this is. I was most concerned actually, Nicole, about my toiletries. So
yeah, toiletries are what gets me.
I mean, it depends.
So I get the mini ones.
Right. So you have to be prepared, right? You have to have a plan going into this. So if you're going to do a carry-on. Now, if I went for more than a few days, I'm not really sure I could do a carry-on. But now I feel confident that for a weekend or my 24-hour getaways, I can do a carry-on. And I was telling everyone at the airport, and the security people were like, don't care. I was like, oh.
You wanted to spread the word to everyone.
It was like 5:30. No, it was like 6:30 in the morning, and I was like, I did a carry-on, and they're like, wow, that's great, thank you. Like,
they're like, nobody cares, lady.
They don't care.
Move on.
I think it was worth it, and I think I brought just the amount of clothes that I was going to wear, and I think it makes me learn that you can rewear stuff, and you can do it, and I think getting those little toiletries,
it's like a capsule. You need a capsule wardrobe, like a mini capsule.
Oh my gosh, Nicole, you should do that. A travel capsule wardrobe.
Yeah, I did. I did one in the fall, like for like a little getaway. And that was actually really popular.
Yeah.
But I know that like these ladies that like go to Europe and you can only have like these little suitcases, like they pack for 6 weeks with just like a carry-on. Well, I think there's like a carry-on, and then, you can bring your bag and a purse or something. So they make it work, but I'm just like, how? Like, you got to rewear a lot of things.
You do. You know what?
It's a total mindset shift.
We have an idea. We have this 24-hour girls getaway. You're going to do like a travel capsule, and I'll put together a snack guide.
There you go.
And a girls gift guide, because even though I had a carry-on, I did bring gifts for each of my girls.
Oh, that's sweet.
And
that's
they were
sweet.
like,
I don't bring gifts for,
You don't? When you go on
We don't bring gifts. No, we don't do that. No, unless it's like somebody's birthday, and it's like a thank you gift.
That's so funny. We have this like unspoken
sometimes
thing.
that's pre-sent.
Yeah. We have this unspoken thing that everyone always brings a gift. One of my friends is a really good needle pointer, and she's making us with our college. I went to Vanderbilt. She's making us like a little, it says like Vandy on it, like a little shirt, and going to put it into a frame for us. So that was really sweet.
Oh my God, that's so cute. I love homemade gifts.
Yes. She's so talented. She was talking to us all about needlepoint, which is something that it is another whole nother world that I just don't. I do think I need a hobby that's nice that you can like sit and do quietly, because I don't have one of those.
Read. Start with that.
I know. Yeah. I'm a book collector, but I don't
read all those books that are on your
But that's what's shelf. So fun about going on these trips too with people is you learn, like, well, first of all, I like buy a million things on Amazon because all of us are like talking about our favorite things, right? But you get all these ideas of, and we've talked about this in past episodes of what brings joy, right, to your friends, because my friend is like into this needlepoint thing, and she's like so cute about it. That's not something, that I would ever think about doing. So when you're having conversations with your friends on the phone or you're FaceTiming or whatever that are long distance, you only get so much of the story. But when you actually see them, you can really know what is really going on in their lives. And I think to maintain friendships, you have to have a friendship. You know what I mean? Like you have to see people, even if you've known them for 30 years. Like it's really important to be able to foster those friendships and make it a priority. One of my best friends since I was 5, well, she is my best friend since I was 5, Jessie, lives in New York. And I know she tries to plan a lot of girls' trips. And she always was telling me, what's the secret of your girls' trips? Are you able to take so many girls' trips? And I said, well, one, it was written in my wedding vows. I mean, that's a joke, but
Yeah.
really.
You have a very supportive husband. I know that there are a lot of husbands that are not.
That's a good point.
I don't think it's a control thing, but it's just, it's many factors. So,
right.
But yeah.
Well, I did have a situation where my middle son, I typically drive him to the bus stop to be with his friends. I mean, don't even ask, right? This is so ridiculous. And my husband had to leave for work before he went to school. And I was like, tell him to walk to the end of the street. He was nervous, Nicole, Alex nervous, that he wasn't going to make the bus. So we had to get him an Uber.
How far away is the bus stop?
No, an Uber to school, Nicole.
Oh.
My friends.
Wait, why?
My friends were like dying.
Did he miss the bus?
No, because normally we have a bus that comes to the end of our street, but he doesn't take that bus.
Yeah.
I drive him to a different street to take a bus with his friends. Right?
Oh.
But so Alex didn't think that he would do it, so he'd take an Uber. So yes, there's lots of coordination when you leave, but I think it's a little less for 24 hours. I did have a big, good, mom tribe help me with a half day. Mm-hmm. But I think, back to what I was talking to Jesse, was also, you have to make these girls' trips a priority. You have to make these, I'm not saying you need to go all the time. I mean, but you definitely have to have a group of people that are like, we are doing this. And you know what? Someone's going to miss something. Mm-hmm. I mean, when we picked this date, it was a perfect date for all of us. But then someone's husband was traveling. I had a half day. We had this, I mean, it just, things come up and it's never going to be a perfect date. And I think it's just making that a priority is like what is so important, because I feel like exhausted, right? But I feel so fulfilled, like you were saying, when you see your friends and just it is worth the tiredness, it is worth the hassle, it is 1,000%. Like, so I'll get a little choked up, but
Well, that's beautiful. I think every woman should be able to have that it's just an emotion you can't explain. It's like just a love that that if you can't have like on the regular because they don't live near you, then you got to go get it and hold on to it and nurture it,
Totally. And I think, in terms of midlife, I don't think we underestimate how much we're all going through, right? Like a lot of my friends are thinking about colleges, like big life decisions, and the college process just sounds sort of very scary to me. And I'm glad we're not there yet, but, working with their kid, there's so much focus when you've got kids in high school about what they're going to do next and how they're doing. And a lot of this mental well-being, and our kids are all going through a lot of different things. After COVID, we're going through a lot of things that I just think we also need to sit back and not underestimate all the things that we're going through. And I didn't know, I guess my point is I didn't know I needed to see them as much as I did,
Yeah.
So,
Well, when's the next girl trip? Have you guys planned one?
We're getting together this summer, and then I've got my college reunion. Is it my 30 year college reunion? No, 25. 25 years college?
I don't even.
99? Yeah, 25 year reunion for college, which is going to be fun. And we're always excited about that. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. I love it. Well, when's the next 24-hour trip? Do you have anything like that planned?
No. You need to come to Boston. No. You need to come here.
I know. I need a 24 hours. I need like several 24-hour trips.
Yeah.
So
we would need like 48.
I know. I got to get it. I got to go. I have to go visit my brother. So
just
first and foremost, I have to visit my brother, meet my nieces.
Aww.
They're going to be like in college soon.
Aww. That's so fun.
So
that sounds good. So what's your unsolicited advice today?
So my unsolicited advice is to get out your calendar, whether it's paper or electronic, and pick some dates. Okay.
Yeah.
Just pick some dates, talk to your spouse, and then reach out to your friends. Like start just be the initiator, be the person that starts it. And whether it doesn't happen, like it could happen next month or it could happen 6 months from now, but just open your calendar and be like, when can I do 24 hours?
Yeah, I love that because we even said, you know what, let's just put a day in the calendar for September already, like 6 months from now, right? Let's just put it on there so that we have it. So just start the thread going. It'll get you guys talking about, lots of other stuff. I think my advice would be, because when I sort of choked up, I was like, I didn't know how much I needed to see them, even though I talked to them, and, sort of reflect on who will fill you up, right? You also don't get a ton of opportunities to do things like this, right? So you really want to think about those people that will fill you up, where you can, and not make it, I guess also not make it too big, because if you get these groups too big, you really won't have that quality time. I mean, each of these trips it was 3 of us, right? So we shared a hotel and we were sleeping in the bed. It was a really small group, and it's okay. You also don't need your group of 10 people to go on a trip, right? It's thinking about, not that they don't fill you up, but it doesn't always work, right? And it's just really thinking about what's going to fill you up, and just go do it. Like, just go do it. Yeah. Have fun.
I personally love sharing a room with my best friend, because the giggles that come at night, like when you're laying there trying to sleep and like a thought comes, like there's just something fun and like high schoolish about it. Like in a silly, like or you can put your music on and dance, and it's just fun.
It's fun. I know Alex is always thinking, you guys like share a bed together. And I'm like, honestly, that is not even a second thought. Like, those girls I know since I was 18.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just so funny. So yeah, share a room. It's also cheaper. And just go on that. Start texting your friends. So 24-hour getaway. It's going to be the new thing for midlife. Can't wait.
Yes.
Bye.